12 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I would look to sell high and trade away this week. The first guy is Framber Valdez of the Houston Astros. So Valdez, what a season it's been for him so far, even though a small sample size. 32 in a third inning, 4-0 record, 23 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 homers, 9 walks, 29 strikeouts, a 1.67 ERA, and an 0.99 whip with 4 quality starts. So Valdez, he's going out there since he returned from the injured list 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he's mowing through lineups, and he's getting wins, and he's getting quality starts in the last couple weeks for him. 14 innings pitched, 2-0 record, 11 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 homers, 5 walks, 7 Ks, a 1.93 ERA, and a 1.14 whip with 2 quality starts. So right now, Valdez, he's pitching lights out for this Houston Astro team, but I just don't think it's going to continue. And his ERA is way too low right now to be sustainable at this point. So I know with the short sample size, he could be maybe a tough sell a little this week. But right now, if I'm a Valdez owner and I want something better or someone you think is going to break out more this season, either a hitter or another starting pitcher, this is definitely the time to do it while his value is at an all-time high, and this will probably be the highest his value is this season. So the last few games for him, June 13th at Minnesota, 7 innings, got the win. 5 hits, 1 earned run, a homer, 3 walks, 2 Ks, 1.29 ERA, and a 1.14 whip with a quality start. June 19th versus the White Sox, 7 innings, got the win. 6 hits, 2 earned runs, a homer, 2 walks, 5 Ks, a 2.57 ERA, and a 1.14 whip with a quality start. So Valdez, he's going out there, and he's doing a great job, no doubt. But right now, I think I would look to sell him high. And even his next outing at Detroit, maybe I would hold him a couple more days. And then after that Detroit outing, June 25th, if he has a big ball game, his value will be even more. So right here, he's the first pitcher I look to sell high and trade this week. The second pitcher is Jake Odorizzi, his teammate of the Houston Astros. So Odorizzi, he signed late in the offseason, and then he went on the injured list for a few weeks here. But right now, Odorizzi, he's found it all of a sudden here for this Astro team. But in my opinion, I just can't trust him, even though I know he really didn't have a spring training, and he signed late like I mentioned. So now maybe his arm is in mid-season form here in week 12, and obviously the end of June on the season. So on the season for Odorizzi, 30 and a third, 2-3 record, 22 hits, 16 earned runs, 5 homers, 9 walks, 35 strikeouts, a 4.75 ERA, and a 1.02 whip in the last couple weeks for him since he returned. 14 innings, 2-0 record, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, a homer, 2 walks, 18 strikeouts, a 1.93 ERA, and a 0.50 whip. So right here, Odorizzi, he's going out there. He's mowing through lineups, and he's pitching great right now. Even though the only thing with him here, 5 innings has been the max for him since he returned. So right now, he's a sell-high candidate in my opinion. He's going short into games, even though he's pitching quality games. He's not getting the quality starts even, and he's barely qualifying for wins. So right now, after the last couple outings where he pitched well, I would definitely look to sell him off. Even if I get something small for him, at least you get some value. So the last few games for him, June 9th at Boston, 5 innings, got the win. 3 hits, 3 earned runs, a homer, a walk, 6 Ks, a 5.40 ERA, and a 0.80 whip. June 15th versus Texas, 4 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 3 Ks, and 0.50 whip. And June 21st at Baltimore, 5 innings, got the win, no runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks, 0.20 whip. So right here, Odorizzi, he's pitched no-run baseball the last 2 outings for him. But like I mentioned, those pitch counts has been high, and he hasn't gone deep into games. So right now, I would look to sell him off because I just can't trust him going deep into games and giving me multiple stats here in the pitching categories. The next pitcher I look to sell high is Carlos Rodon of the Chicago White Sox. So this is the 3rd or 4th time this season I've had him on the sell high list, and so far he's pretty much proved me wrong most of the season here. Is Rodon on the season, 73 and 2/3, 6-2 record, 42 hits, 15 earned runs only, 6 homers, 20 walks, a whopping 105 strikeouts, a 1.83 ERA, and a 0.84 whip with 7 quality starts. So right here, these numbers are out of control for Rodon. In the last couple weeks, 14 innings, 1-0 record, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, 17 Ks, 1.29 ERA, and an 0.64 WHIP with 2 quality starts. And right here, he's just pitching lights out, no doubt about it. Can't take anything away from him here, is Rodon. But no way I could see him continuing the season with an ERA under 2. The strikeouts, they're probably going to be legit though for him here. Because the last 4 or 5 outings, he's had 8 or more strikeouts in his ball games. And this guy, he's been a total stud. But I think I could get a boatload for him in a deal. Maybe 2 good hitters, maybe him for a Tatis if someone's willing to do that or something. Or Rodon and a minor hitter for Tatis along those lines. But right now, he's pitching so well. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, and he's a sell high candidate, in my opinion. So the last few outings for him: June 8th versus Toronto, 5 innings, no decision, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 8 Ks, a 1.80 ERA, 1.60 WHIP. June 13th at Detroit, 7 innings, got the win, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 9 Ks, a 1.29 ERA, and a 0.43 WHIP with a quality start. In June 18th at Houston, 7 innings, no decision, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 8 Ks, a 1.29 ERA, and a 0.86 WHIP with a quality start. So it's been great baseball for him, but I just don't think he's going to keep these numbers up like I mentioned. And his next start's June 25th versus the Seattle Mariners. The next pitch is Brad Hand of the Washington Nationals. So this national team, they've been on a hot streak over the last week or 2 here, winning a lot of games, and Hand getting a lot of saves on the season for Hand. 4-2 record, 16 saves, 24 hits, 9 earned runs, 3 homers, 12 walks, 30 strikeouts, a 2.61 ERA, and a 1.16 WHIP in the last couple weeks for him, like I mentioned. 10 in the third inning, 2-0 record, 6 saves, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts, an 0.87 ERA, and an 0.97 WHIP. So right here, I'm not a big closer guy, and whenever I see a closer here have a big week or 2 with 5 or more saves and a low ERA, it's a perfect time to sell him high, in my opinion. Closers is a crapshoot. It comes down to see if that team's obviously going to win a close ball game, lose, or just get blown out or blow another team out. And right now, this national team, they've won a couple close games over the last few weeks. And Hand here, he's been pitching well, and obviously he's one of the best closers in all of fantasy baseball. But I would definitely look to sell him high. If I could get a good everyday hitter for him in a deal, it's a definitely time to do it. Selling off Hand, having 6 saves in the last 2 weeks here. So right now, this national team, they're playing well. But I could see them cool off as well, because this NL East is just a tricky and a weird division where most of the teams are pretty even, in my opinion, this season. So Hand here, he's pitching well. But right now, with all these saves in the last few weeks, he's a definite sell high candidate. And the 5th and final pitcher I look to trade off and sell high is Adam Wainwright of the St. Louis Cardinals. So Wainwright, he was a recommended add on the waiver wire. And what's a better thing than adding a guy off the waiver wire and then selling him off for more pieces as the weeks go on? So Wainwright, he's been pretty solid this season. 5-5 record in 86 2/3, 72 hits, 36 earned runs, 11 homers, 25 walks, 84 strikeouts, a 3.74 ERA, a 1.12 WHIP, and 8 quality starts on the season here for him. But the last couple weeks, his game's been stepped up: 20 innings, 2-0 record, 10 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 walks, 23 strikeouts, a 2.25 ERA, 0.80 WHIP, and 3 quality starts. So Wainwright, he's been going deep into games this season. He's been pitching really well, but with his age and all the miles on his arm, I don't know if it's going to hold up for him. And we've seen throughout seasons, when he gets hurt, he misses multiple months or multiple weeks here is Wainwright. So right here, maybe it's just his history I'm going with, that I'm expecting him to get hurt and miss some time, but he's been great, no doubt about it. And the last 3 outings here for Wainwright: June 9th versus Cleveland, 7 innings, got the win, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, a 2.57 ERA, 0.43 WHIP, and a quality start. June 14th versus the Marlins, 6 innings, no decision, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks, a 3 ERA, a 1.17 WHIP, and a quality start. In June 20th at the Atlanta Braves, 7 innings, got the win. 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 11 Ks, and 1.29 ERA, and an 0.86 WHIP with a quality start. So Wainwright right now, he's been in the zone the last couple weeks, and he's a guy I think you could sell high and get a decent batter or even another pitcher for him, because I just don't think it's sustainable for his age, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a serious injury as the season goes on. And his next outing's June 25th versus the Pirates, where I expect him to pitch good, and then after that, his value will be even higher, and you could trade him off maybe even better as the week goes on. So that's a few pitches I look to sell high and trade away here in week 12 of the fantasy baseball season.